Weather instruments. The Philippines is always visited by tropical cyclones, commonly known as typhoons or bagyo. In a year, around 20 typhoons enter Philippine waters. In the event of any typhoon, it is wise to watch or listen to news updates about the weather. How do the people of Pag-asa gather data about weather conditions? What do they use to describe the weather for the day? In this lesson, you will discover how simple and basic instruments are used to gather data for the different components of weather. Weather instruments are very useful in describing the weather. Here are the different weather instruments and their uses. We have thermometer, wind vane, anemometer, barometer, rain gauge, and hygrometer. So let us identify them and define individually. Let's start with thermometer. In the picture, we see wall thermometer. It is an instrument that is used to measure the temperature in the air. The liquid inside the tube of a thermometer may be alcohol or mercury, which expands when it is hot and contracts when it is cold. When the bulb of the thermometer is exposed to warm surroundings, the molecules expand and go up the tube of the thermometer. The higher the level of the liquid, the higher the temperature of the air. Second, we have wind vane. We have north, west, east, and south, the directions. So this is an instrument that is used to determine the direction of the wind. It is specifically tells the direction that the wind is coming from. Thus, a northeast reading means that the wind is coming from northeast of where you are and heading in a southwest direction. Next, we have anemometer. Used to measure how fast the wind moves. The more spins that an anemometer does per minute, the greater the wind speed. Next, we have barometer. It looks like compass, measures air pressure. A rising barometer means sunny and dry conditions. Falling barometer means stormy and wet conditions. Next instrument, we have rain gauge. From the word rain, it measures the amount of rainfall. Light rains have a rate of fall from trace to 2.5 mm per hour. The rate of fall moderate rains is between 2.5 mm and 7.5 mm per hour. The rate of fall of heavy rains is greater than 7.5 mm per hour. And lastly, we have hygrometer. It measures the amount of humidity or moisture in the air as relative humidity. So what is relative humidity? Is the ratio of the moisture in the atmosphere to the maximum amount of moisture that the atmosphere can hold. The average and most comfortable reading of relative humidity in a hygrometer ranges between 30% and 60%. So those are the weather instruments and their uses: thermometer, wind vane, anemometer, barometer, rain gauge, and hygrometer. And lastly, why Pag-asa noticed that there is upcoming typhoon? It's because of weather satellite. Is a type of satellite that is used to monitor the weather and climate on Earth. It carries instruments that collect information about the atmosphere. Satellite images are used to provide information for places where observations cannot be made from the ground. So who uses these instruments? Who will use the Pag-asa? No, it's the people, also known as meteorologists. Use instruments such as the thermometer, wind vane, anemometer, barometer, rain gauge, and hygrometer in studying and predicting the weather. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening.